Good afternoon, Ennis. I'm Father Julian Borda, and as always, I am very excited to be speaking with you today about the 7 deadly sins in the story of the Prodigal Son during this season of Lent. So we have been reading the story of the Prodigal Son the past couple of weeks, and if you would like to follow along with us in this story, we'll have a link below in the description of the video. So please join us in reading this story and getting to know what exactly is going on and what we have to learn from it as Christians. So today, I'm going to be talking to you about the sin of sloth, one of the more infamous ones, and so it's one that affects pretty much all of us in our daily lives, in paralyzing us, in making it difficult to do the things that we know that we are called to do, the things that we're supposed to do, and it is something for which we often feel great guilt, especially here in this United States, where there's a big emphasis on the work that we do as part of our value. But before we get into all that, I would like to read to you the verse that is important for us to be focusing on today. It is, once again, the Gospel of Luke, chapter 15. So we read last week that the younger son asked his father, "Please give me my share of the inheritance." And so the father divided his assets between the two brothers. A few days later, the younger son gathered all he had and traveled to a distant region. And there he squandered his wealth in dissolute living. And so what we're seeing here is sloth, I think, properly defined, because we often hear the word sloth and we think of the animal, right? You know, with the 3 little paws, kind of moves very slowly, just sits around in a tree almost all the time, only gets out to, relieve itself. But actually, I think sloth is best understood as a paralysis, which causes us to waste the time that we have. And so I found this really striking image here. This woman, she's upside down, she's not moving, and there's the clock ticking behind her. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. And so it's symbolizing a waste, right? And that's what characterizes sloth, is that there's this time that we're given. There are these blessings that we're given, this minds and bodies and opportunities in our life. God blesses us with many things, and we have a choice as to what we do with them. And oftentimes, and all of us do, I do sometimes, make the wrong choice about how to spend my time and what to do when I know that actually I should be doing something else. With the prodigal son, we're seeing that what he does with his wealth, so he's just been blessed with this great inheritance, with a lot of money that he has been wanting for a long time. What does he do with it? He doesn't invest it. He doesn't take care to think. He just decides a few days after he gets this money to go and spend it all. And so we saw the greed, and then from that greed comes the sin of sloth. And so instead of thinking about what is it I should be doing with what I have been given, he decides, I am going to waste it. And it says here, he squandered his wealth in dissolute living. So that dissolute meaning just living in a way that he knows he shouldn't, in a way that's loose, in a way that's undefined, in a way that's ill-prepared. And so there are consequences for that. The answer for sloth, I believe, is purpose. It is knowing, it is coming to know, it is praying to God that he will show you what he intends for you to do with your time. And so that is the question for all of us, and a question that can only be answered with prayer. Lord, what would you have me do with the time that I have? What would you have me do with the gifts that I have? And once we know the answer to this question, then our sloth will go away, and we will no longer be worried about the clock ticking behind us. Take care.